Welcome to Celebrity Insider, your VIP pass to the juiciest celebrity gossip and behind-the-scenes secrets, the chaos within. How T.D. Jakes, Potter's House megachurch crumbled amid violent clashes. The Potter's House, the renowned megachurch led by the charismatic preacher T.D. Jakes, was once a beacon of faith and community for millions of worshippers around the world. However, the hallowed halls of this religious empire have now been rocked by a series of violent clashes that have left authorities with no choice but to shut down the church indefinitely. Before we continue, if you are new to this channel, please like, share and hit that subscribe button so that you will be the first to be updated each time we post. Thank you. The rise and fall of T.D. Jakes' ministry. T.D. Jakes' journey to becoming one of the most influential and celebrated figures in the Christian world has been well documented. From his humble beginnings as a small-town preacher in West Virginia, Jakes rose to become a global phenomenon, captivating audiences with his charismatic sermons, best-selling books, and the sheer scale of his Potter's House megachurch in Dallas, Texas. But the very foundation that sustained Jakes' meteoric rise has now crumbled, as a surge of violent incidents within the walls of the Potter's House has forced authorities to take drastic action, shuttering the once thriving institution and leaving its devoted congregation in a state of shock and disbelief. The escalating tensions. The seeds of the Potter's House's downfall were sown long before the final confrontation that led to its closure. For years, there had been simmering tensions and reports of occasional altercations among the church's congregants, often fueled by the intense emotions and competition that can arise within large religious communities. However, these isolated incidents began to escalate in both frequency and intensity, culminating in a series of violent clashes that left dozens of worshippers injured and the church's leadership scrambling to maintain order and control. The tipping point. The final, decisive moment came when a particularly brutal fight erupted during one of the church's signature Sunday services, leaving several people hospitalized and the authorities with no choice but to intervene. Eyewitness accounts paint a harrowing picture of the chaos that unfolded, with congregants hurling chairs, punches, and even desecrating sacred religious symbols in the midst of the melee. The response of the authorities. In the aftermath of the violent incident, the local police and city officials were forced to take swift and decisive action. Citing concerns for the safety of the congregation and the surrounding community, they moved to shut down the Potter's House indefinitely, effectively bringing an end to T.D. Jakes' reign over one of the largest and most influential megachurches in the country. The fallout and consequences. The closure of the Potter's House has had far-reaching consequences, both for T.D. Jakes' personal and professional life, as well as for the thousands of devoted worshippers who called the church their spiritual home. The reputational damage. T.D. Jakes, once revered as a beacon of moral and spiritual leadership, has seen his carefully cultivated reputation crumble in the wake of the Potter's House's collapse. The very foundation of his ministry, built on the promise of peace, unity, and personal transformation, has been shattered, leaving him and his legacy open to intense scrutiny and criticism from both within and outside the Christian community. The loss of community. For the congregants of the Potter's House, the closure of their beloved church has been a profound and devastating blow. Many have expressed a deep sense of loss, not only for the physical space they called home, but for the community, support, and guidance they had come to rely on from Jakes and his team of pastors and leaders. The financial implications. The closure of the Potter's House has also had a significant impact on the church's finances, which were heavily dependent on the tithes and offerings of its vast congregation. With the doors now shuttered, the flow of funds that sustained the church's expansive operations and Jakes' own personal wealth has been abruptly cut off, leaving the future of the institution and its affiliated ministries in jeopardy. The legal fallout. In the wake of the violent incidents and the subsequent closure of the Potter's House, authorities have launched a comprehensive investigation into the church's operations, as well as the potential culpability of T.D. Jakes and his leadership team. The prospect of criminal charges, civil lawsuits, and other legal consequences now looms large over the once untouchable preacher. The divisive aftermath. The closure of the Potter's House has also sparked a fierce debate within the broader Christian community, with some calling for accountability and reform, while others rally to defend Jakes and his legacy. The schism has highlighted the deep divisions and competing priorities that exist within the world of modern Christianity, as the faithful grapple with the implications of this shocking turn of events. The potential for redemption. Despite the overwhelming sense of tragedy and loss surrounding the downfall of the Potter's House, some believe that this could be a pivotal moment for T.D. Jakes to reflect on his mistakes and embark on a path of true redemption. The preacher, once celebrated for his messages of empowerment and personal transformation, now faces the daunting task of regaining the trust and respect of his followers. A challenge that will test the very core of his faith and his leadership. Lessons learned in the future of megachurches. The collapse of the Potter's house has profound implications not only for T.D. Jakes and his personal legacy, but also for the broader landscape of megachurches and the role they play in the modern religious landscape. This saga serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the importance of maintaining strong governance, fostering a culture of accountability, and prioritizing the safety and well-being of the congregation above all else. As the world watches the unfolding drama surrounding the Potter's house, the future of large-scale, celebrity-driven churches hangs in the balance. The lessons learned from this tragedy may shape the way these institutions adapt and evolve, ultimately paving the way for a more transparent, inclusive, and community-focused approach to spiritual leadership and congregational care. The closure of T.D. Jakes' Potter's House megachurch stands as a stark reminder that even the mightiest of religious empires are not immune to the consequences of internal strife, lack of accountability, and a failure to prioritize the safety and well-being of the very people they are meant to serve. As the world grapples with the aftermath of this shocking turn of events, the future of the megachurch model and the role of charismatic preachers in the modern religious landscape hangs in the balance, awaiting a new era of transformation and redemption. Thanks for joining us on this star-studded journey on Celebrity Insider.